What if the hardest thing you've ever been through wasn't just something to survive? What if it was preparing you to become the person someone else would one day need? Anyways, so a few weeks after standing by the river, I went to church, and honestly, I can't even remember what the pastor was preaching about. I know it sounds bad, but it's true. Everyone else was listening, people were taking notes, people were even nodding. I was just there because my mind was somewhere else. And I couldn't stop thinking about everything that had happened. I kept asking God the same question, which is, why? Why did I have to go through this? Why did I feel so alone? Why couldn't I just move on? And then something happened, not around me, but inside me. Of course, I didn't hear like the audible voice, my son, but I couldn't shake one thought, which is, what if I was not the only one feeling this way? And that question actually stayed with me for a while, because if I knew what loneliness felt like, maybe I was not the only one. Maybe there were other people like me, just walking around every day, smiling, going to work, talking to friends, while quietly carrying the same weight I had been carrying. And then another thought came. What if I stopped waiting to feel better and simply created the kind of space I needed myself? And that's what I did, and I'm still doing, by the way. So I picked up my phone, I called a few friends, I said, come over. And that was what I said. And that was it, no strategy, no organization, no 5-year plan, just an invitation. And a few days later, there were, I think, 5 people sitting in my apartment. We talked, we prayed, we sang, we laughed. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel alone. And looking back now, I don't think that evening actually changed my life because all of my problems disappeared. No, it changed my life because I realized something, which is that sometimes the first step towards becoming is not finding all of the answer. Sometimes it's simply refusing to carry life alone. And of course, none of us knew it then that small gathering will eventually become Gospel Worship Society Foundation. But at that time, it was simply 5 people discovering that healing often begins when we stop carrying life alone. And in the next chapter, I'm going to tell you what happened when the 5 people accepted one simple invitation that I threw at them. See you.